good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels, and we're going back to that horrible world known as the JRC. But before we do, the usual disclaimers. Other than, of course, fuck, it's hot out. Somebody turned the thermostat back on again. God. Ugh. Anyways, in the description box, you're going to see the link to the article that the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read. It is written by NeuroClastic, a small non-for-profit started by autistics for autistics, wherein they surveyed over 900 ABA professionals from all over the world in regards to the JRC's quote-unquote behavioral modification program. Matter of fact, the JRC doesn't want you to read this article so much they have threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they do not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic has refused, so make it viral, share it on all your social media, alright? We also have the link to NeuroClastic's public statement regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to the GoFundMe set up over on Autistic Twitter for them. That way, we can help crowdfund just in case the JRC has the balls see through with their threat. If you got anything, please donate, folks. These folks barely bring in $10,000 a year as a non-for-profit. They do need help, all right? We also have the links to the Agape boarding school situation. Agape boarding school is a Christian-themed boarding school set out on a ranch in Stockton, Missouri that currently has pending against it 19 lawsuits, including physical abuse, sexual abuse, starvation, and many others. Child endangerment, for example, being one. So, please go to those links. We also have linked the change.org Shut Agape Boarding School Down petition. Sign and share on all your social media. Let's expose and bury all these bastards, shall we? We also have the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject, the templates, and the ever-present self-explanatory change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. When we discuss the JRC, folks, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of peoples with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please use your headphones. Also, we do not recommend anyone under 16 watch this channel. I use profanity. I use it a lot. I do not apologize for it, okay? If that offends you in any way, I'm not trying to do that. Please hit pause on this video and visit the links in the description box. It is 3:15 in the afternoon, folks, and yes, I am brain dead. I have been brainstorming and trying to throw things together all freaking day for pranks for my brother's 40th, okay? And I still haven't come up with, squat. I really don't want to throw a generic, congratulations, you're an old man basket, but I may get desperate there. Anybody got ideas, please send them, alright? I've been waiting for this for so long that I, forgot to prep for it, and now I'm, down to the wire. Anyways, so where we left off yesterday, 135. Few students who present aggressive behaviors secondary to a thought and or developed disorder are provided with necessary therapeutic interventions, but instead are treated only with adversive intervention for the aggression. This is actually true, because the JRC makes you earn the right to go speak with the counselor or the doctors on campus. And remember, even when they earn the right, when they try to talk about the trauma of what it's like to be a student in this hellhole, they dismiss it entirely as it's part of your behavioral contract. So, let's see what smoke they're wanting to blow up our ass today, shall we? This is false. It is true that the JRC students prior to their admission to the JRC were not receiving effective therapeutic interventions, were languishing in psychiatric hospitals and other ineffective placements, and receiving no education and no benefits from psychotherapy or from drugs. Wow, the balls on you people. So you're just going to assume that none of the therapy that they had done previously before you had any effect whatsoever. I call bullshit. I call major bullshit. I'm sorry, folks, but most parents are not even encouraged to put their kids in a regular therapy situation. No, they are immediately told they need ABB, they need ABA therapy. Okay? And I hate to break it to you, but ABA therapy is not therapy from a psychologist or a psychiatrist. Also, JRC, do you not understand the fact that psychiatry and psychology, although related to one another, are not the same damn thing? They may have been put in those psychiatric hospital. But does that mean they've tried psychology? No, it doesn't. And here you are, droning again about the drugs. I feel like I'm listening to Rottenborn again. Like pharmacology hasn't evolved since you killed one of your last students that we know of. But they were ineffective, or they wouldn't be here. Really? Because more often than not, those other treatments that are out there have not been tried because the parents didn't even know they exist. You people fail time and again inside the medical model and don't work well with the psychological departments because, I've seen it. You see, in my team, there is a psychiatrist, there's a psychologist, there's a neurologist. There used to be also my social worker, my job coach, and my mom as well. Mom still goes with me on occasion. Again, my choice, not someone else's. So, I have found that to be the best sort of team to have in order to develop treatment programs and ideas because it's balanced. Because I understand the fact that whatever psychological issues or stresses or what's going in my life may affect my behavior and may affect how my autistic tendencies come to the surface, I understand that regular therapy, not just behavioral modification, but real therapy, how that is a massive benefit to someone on the spectrum. It's huge. Because what is psychology? It works to find the root issues and work them out and work on them. You see what I mean? You can't say there is no benefits from psychotherapy when it's not even really being tried because psychiatrists and psychologists are not the same damn thing. By the way, I've never had a psychologist throw drugs at me. I've had a psychiatrist used to do it. Got rid of that person. But yeah, everything you just said is a lie. Everything you just said, JRC, is a lie. And the ball's on you to say, well, all things were completely and utterly ineffective and did not help at all, or they wouldn't be here and they wouldn't still be having the behaviors. Could it be that it is due to the fact that you're focusing on nothing but the behaviors and not the underlying issues that are causing them? Wouldn't it make sense then to have them visit an outside psychologist to get to those root issues? But no, the JRC knows best, right? Moving on. For every student at the JRC, the behavioral treatment they received at JRC has been the first effective treatment for them. Every time they say safe and effective, I just want to fucking gouge their eyes out. What you're doing is not effective, JRC. You are ruling through fear. And that only works so far. Remove that fear. Put them in a safe place where they don't have that danger lingering and overshadowing them. Then the issues that were never worked out will bring the behaviors and it will come out to fucking haunt them. What you're doing is not effective. It's not even a fucking band-aid. It's just torture for torture's sake because you hate us. I'm sorry, but you can't tell me any different. You can't sit there and listen to those kids scream fucking helpless and tell me it's helping them. Okay? That's not effective. You are traumatizing them for goddamn life. How dare you? Sorry. JRC is not being paid by the school districts to provide the same treatments that failed the student in the prior placements, and students' parents also do not want more of the same failed treatments. Here we fucking go again. Here we go again. Everything failed. They tried everything and it failed. You don't understand, it failed. Nothing else works. Really. Really. You all don't even know how these other programs work or how to properly implement them, but you're the only people who can save these kids. What the hell is wrong with you people? So the answer is to traumatize them for life into damn near emotional catatonia and groom them to be victims, not just of yours, but to everyone else once they exit your school, to never say no, to always obey, to comply with what anyone says, no matter how insane. I can't see how that could ever go wrong. Right? JRC's behavioral approach is to analyze each person's treatment problem as one of the increasing behaviors and decreasing other behaviors. We also decide that the behavior changes will be most help to the individual and treat those first. The aggression is a priority target. We treat this first. And that's why it will never work. That's why it will never work. You are so focused on behaviors you can't even see anything else. But if we But Tiffany, the behaviors, you got to deal with them first. Even if you weren't basically a torture center, if your ass is covered by the Massachusetts fucking courts to do it, it's still garbage. JRC, it's still garbage. Those behaviors are not coming out of nowhere. Okay? I don't just start like in middle school, just randomly start throwing chairs, okay? And full desks. Something triggered it. I didn't just put my freaking head repeatedly slamming it into the wall for no reason. There was a trigger. Every single time, there is a trigger. And if you deal with the triggers, JRC, guess what happens? Yes, even with the aggression, you need to be finding out what is causing the behaviors while minimizing as much as possible what comes from the behaviors. Okay? Torturing a student into catatonia is not an answer, it's not effective, and over long term, it doesn't even work, which you have yourselves admitted. Any student whose behaviors could be a result of a thought disorder is seen by one of the JRC's 3 consulting psychiatrists. Oh my fucking God, really? Thought disorder? So we're creating new terms again, right, JRC? Are you kidding me? Thought disorder? Okay, JRC, what's a thought disorder? Humor me. What's a thought disorder? Oh, is that when we have those bad thoughts that make us not like your romanticized idea of normal? Because neurotypical kids aren't even like what the JRC thinks they are. They have no basis in reality. They have no fucking compass. They are God. We currently have 4 students who are being maintained on antipsychotic medications to help treat their thought disorders. Fucking God. You know that doesn't actually exist, right, JRC? Thought disorders. There's actual real terms for this shit. Are you talking like post-traumatic stress disorder, which you all make worse? Are you talking about clinical depression? Are you talking about actual? They're called psychiatric disorders, not thought disorders. My God, where the hell did these people go to school? Most students are referred to JRC with some type of psychotic disorder or diagnosis, do not present with any thought disorder once their behaviors have improved, and they are focusing on their educational and social development. Oh my God, really? Really? First of all, it's not called psychotic disorder. It's called a psychiatric disorder, also known as mental health issues. And the fact that your idea is to treat those with mental health issues with a fucking torture device, one of those diagnoses is PTSD. Kids who had been horrifically abused. Oh, but they're approving getting shocked and tortured. What, more? They needed more abuse? That's what's going to get them to stop having PTSD? More abuse? Are you out of your mind? How the fuck are they supposed to concentrate on education and being social when you're sitting there with a fucking remote that can hurt them at any time? Are you all on crack? For those students, it becomes clear that medication had been prescribed for the sedative effects and not for any treatment purpose. All JRC students are evaluated by one of our psychiatrists. Oh, here the fuck we go again. Your in-house psychiatrist says it all, doesn't it? They're being paid out of your pocket. I want one of these kids to be seen by a psychiatrist completely out of your state and far the fuck away from you. I'd be really interested in what they have to say. On that note, folks, I'm going to close out. I was going to do 2 videos, but my God, my brain just hurts. Thought diagnosis. Fuck me. Ugh. Is Dr. Hughes on your team? Jesus Christ. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time this evening. As always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. I'm going to go take some headache medicine. Oh my God. Bye-bye, everyone. Thought diagnosis. What even?